Good morning. I am JVN Dr. Vishal Saxena. Today I am going to take a lecture on the topic arithmetic mean, which is a part of the measure of central tendency. So first of all, we see what is definition of measure of central tendency. Measure of central tendency are the numbers that indicate the center of a set of ordered numerical data. It means these are the numbers those indicate the center of a set of the ordered numerical data. The three most common measures of central tendencies are mean, median and mode. So first we take the definition of arithmetic mean. It is a simple average of all items in a series. It is the simplest measure of central tendencies. In simple way, the formula is given by here: x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus xn upon n. Suppose we have n data and the data are x1, x2, x3 till xn. So the simple average or the arithmetic mean is given by the summation of the data divided by the total number of data, which is equal to sigma x upon n. Example, illustration. Suppose here the number of matches are 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 in a series, and the number of boys are 5. Then the mean of the matches is given by this is given by here the total number of matches divided by number of items, that is equal to 35 upon 5, so which is equal to 7. Now we take the how many types of arithmetic mean. So the arithmetic mean can be divided into two parts: simple arithmetic mean and the weighted arithmetic mean. And now we take the methods of calculating simple arithmetic mean. So there are three procedures, there are three methods to find or to calculate the simple arithmetic mean. The first is individual series, the second for discrete series, and third for the continuous series. So simply, first we take the calculation of simple arithmetic mean for individual series. In case of individual series, the arithmetic mean may be calculated by two methods. First is direct method and the second is shortcut method. So in the first method, which is known as direct method, the mean is given by sigma x upon n. That means here the total value of the items divided by number of items. Illustration. Suppose here pocket allowances of 10 students in rupees are 15, 20, 30, 22, 25, 18, 40, 50, 55 and 65. Then the question is here, find out the average pocket allowance. So we can solve in this way here. So we are given that individual series, so therefore the arithmetic mean is given by sigma x upon n, so which is equal to 15 plus 20 plus 30 plus 22 plus 25 plus 18 plus 40 plus 50 plus 55 plus 65 and divided by 10, because there are 10 observations. So which is equal to 340 upon 10, so this equal to 34. So in this way the average pocket allowance of the 10 students is equal to 34. So that means rupees 34 is the arithmetic mean. Next, second is here shortcut method. In the shortcut method, the mean is given by simply the formula a plus sigma d upon n, where d is called here deviation, and deviation is equal to x minus a, and a is here the assumed mean and n is here the total number of items. So the formula for calculate the mean is here a plus sigma d upon n. So now calculation of arithmetic mean in discrete series or frequency array. So first that is direct method, second is for shortcut method, and third is step deviation method. Direct method. In direct method, the formula to find or to calculate the arithmetic mean is given by sigma fx upon sigma f. Illustration. Suppose we have some data for x and f. X means here wages are given that in rupees, and f means frequencies are given that for number of workers. So the data for x are 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50, and number of workers are 4, 5, 3, 2 and 5. So we have to calculate the mean here. So the formula of mean is given by m is equal to sigma fx upon sigma f. So sigma fx means simply just we have to multiply column f and x, that is given here 40, 100, 90, 80 and 250. So the mean is given by sigma fx upon sigma f. So sigma fx means here the summation of the column of fx, which is 560, upon sigma f. Sigma x means here the total number of data. So this equal to 29.47. So in this way, mean wage earnings of 19 workers is equal to rupees 29.47. The second is here shortcut method. The shortcut method is given by the mean is equal to here a plus sigma f into d upon sigma f, where d is given by, d is called the deviation, and deviation is equal to x minus a. And we know that here what is a? A means here the assumed mean. The third method is step deviation method, and in the step deviation method, the formula to calculate arithmetic mean is equal to a plus sigma f into d dash upon sigma f into c, where a means the assumed mean, d means the deviation, and c means here the width of the class interval. So next we take the simple arithmetic mean in case of continuous series. In the case of continuous series, there are three procedures to find the mean here. The first is direct method, the second is shortcut method, and the third is step deviation method. So in the first method, direct method, the formula for mean is equal to sigma fx upon sigma f, and the second method is shortcut method, where the mean is given by a plus sigma f into d upon sigma f, while in the third method, known as step deviation method, the mean is given by a plus sigma f into d dash upon sigma f and multiply by here c. So where d dash is equal to x minus a upon c. D dash is equal to x minus a upon c. So now we take a problem here to understand this concept here. So suppose we are given that marks in the subject of statistics of students of class 11th are given below, and the question is here, find the arithmetic mean. So the question is here, so we are given that marks and number of students. So marks are here in the interval of 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40 and 40 to 50. While the number of students are here 5, 12, 14, 10 and 8, and the mid values are 5, 15, 25, 35 and 45. So we know that here in this case the question is from the continuous series and we have to find the mean. Mean is equal to sigma fx upon sigma f. So sigma fx means the multiplication of column f and column x, which is equal to 25, 180, 350, 350 and 360. So in this way the mean is given by sigma fx upon sigma f, and sigma fx is here 1265 and sigma f is 49. So in this way the mean is given by 25.82. So the arithmetic mean is here 25.82 marks. The next topic is here weighted arithmetic mean. That is the second kind of the arithmetic mean, known as weighted arithmetic mean. And the formula to find weighted arithmetic mean is here. It is equal to Wx upon W. S bar is equal to Wx upon W, where X represents the data and W represents a weight corresponding to data X. Now the combined arithmetic mean. So suppose we have two series or three series or more than two or three series, then how can we find the combined arithmetic mean? So we have a procedure for this. So first of all, suppose we have two part series, then the following formula is used to work out combined arithmetic mean. So the combined arithmetic mean for two series is given by m1 n1 plus m2 n2 upon n1 plus n2, where m1 and m2 are the means of two series and n1 and n2 are the sizes of the two series respectively. So this is the formula to find the arithmetic mean for the two part series. Okay, in the similar way we can generalize it here. Suppose we have the n part series, n part series for here, the size of the parts are here n1, capital N1, capital N2, capital N3 and Nn, and the mean for these individual series here like M1, N2, M3, Mn. So the formula to find the combined arithmetic mean for the n part of the series is given by M1 N1 plus M2 N2 plus M3 N3 and so on, plus in the last the data Mn Nn and whole divided by N1 plus N2 plus N3 plus Nn. So by this formula we can find the combined arithmetic mean. So in this way we have found the methods of the to find the arithmetic mean, which is the part of the central tendency. With this here we complete this topic here, and thank you.